Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network. It is the Tuesday. It is the Tuesday night flight. I've got the gentleman Jack Carr, the big guy KG, the Swamp Queen herself, ready to get you some music. Nah, we're not doing music today, are we, KG?
No. We might have a list or two, but I don't think we're doing any music.
All right, cool. Getting you all the updated sports action, starting with the MLB trade deadline, giving you some stuff on the Olympics. That is our host, the big guy, KG. Take it away.
Hey, you pointing off screen like I'm in a corner or something, man.
Hey, you somewhere. I just figure if I point, it don't matter.
Hey, Sam checking in with us already.
All right, Sam.
Hey,
you're like the baby blunt.
All right. Like the Midnight Rider said, welcome everybody to the Tuesday night flight. Let's get this thing going, take off, because we got to sneak the mothership out before the other WrestleManiacs found out we took it out, because we ain't putting no gas in it tonight. So let's burn this thing down. MLB trade deadline was at 6 p.m. tonight. My Yankees seem like they going after pitching. They getting people. So we trying to make a run for pennant number 30. So so I'm gonna defer to the gentleman Jack and the Midnight Rider. Biggest surprises in the MLB trade deadline for you?
I think the biggest surprise was there was a flurry of moves late, and the fact that there was a lot of moves throughout the process today. I think the additional wild card played a role in teams being busy today, and some teams that are on the outskirts that might have a chance made a move to push themselves, not so much all in, but to give themselves a fighting chance that if they get hot, they can be a potential wild card team. So that's what today was all about. Well, that's how it felt to me. It was just teams that are on the verge trying to take an opportunity to get better. We saw the Dodgers pick up Jack Flaherty. You saw the Nationals make a move last night. Actually, they made a move right at the deadline today. One where the guy they traded literally climbs the dugout steps, jogs across the field, and walks down the steps of their opponent, the Arizona Diamondbacks, and changes shirts. That's it. So you got a little bit of everything today. Jack, I think you said it earlier, the Marlins, good gosh, what are they doing?
Like you said, they unloading, man, like they do every 2-3 years, it seems like. They let go of Tanner Scott. He was picked up by San Diego. Tanner Scott's probably one of the hottest pickups, to tell you the honest truth. He's a closer for real. 1.18 ERA, All-Star 2024. And then I think San Diego and Arizona are going to try and chase down the Dodgers, but I know they will not, because Arizona picked up Josh Bell. That's a veteran, 28, 29-year-old ball player that could provide some pop in that Arizona lineup.
Well, he was I think he was DFA'd earlier this week. So that trade was just so he doesn't have to so they can still get something for him. I think he got DFA'd Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Paul DeJong is going to be playing for the Royals. The Royals are trying to get a little bit more. He's a veteran infielder, I think, can help that program.
Isn't Tommy Pham back with the Cardinals?
Say again?
Tommy Pham. Isn't he back with the Cardinals?
I did not hear. I'm not going to say.
I think they got a move where Pham and a pitcher went to St. Louis. It was part of a 3-team deal. Actually, the deal that shocked me was the White Sox giving up on Eloy Jimenez, so that way that the O's could get him. That shocked me.
Yeah, it's been so chaotic these last 6 hours of this trade deadline. It's been hard to pay attention to what's going on, and I think it's going to continue all the way up till the clock strikes.
Here's something that Xavier said that is actually something that I was flabbergasted at. Getting traded mid-game. You had a couple of people get traded mid-game, and it was a game. I can't remember who it was. The game's postponed, but when they make up the game, The guy that got traded is going to be on the other team.
That was last year, the year before.
Nah, it's one this year. Dave
was
Jansen.
A doubleheader?
So what it is, Dave
Rainer?
Jansen played for the Blue Jays. The game got delayed in the second inning. The makeup day is August 26th. At the deadline, he got moved to the Red Sox.
Okay. Yeah, that's not the first time that's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah,
I remember that happened years past.
So on August 26th, he'll be in the visitors dugout after he started the game in the home team dugout.
Wow.
But they say he'll be the first player to play for the two different teams in the same game.
Right.
Because that game is not complete. Matty Ice checking in. San Diego and Arizona staying in the wild card race for sure. Pittsburgh had some good moves today. The NL wild card race will be crazy. Let me move this to like this. That way I can stop covering y'all faces up because it's not working. I got it.
I mean, you had us separated like the Brady Bunch. I don't know. Like I was waiting on Alice to pop up in the middle. But go ahead.
But that's what Matty Ice said. He said the NL wild card race will be crazy. And it pretty much always is.
San
Only
Diego,
time it's not crazy is when the Nats are not involved.
San Diego, I don't know what kind of drafting they've been doing lately, but the last 3 years, they've given up like 3 of their top 10 prospects in big deals to make moves. I don't know what their farm system is, but they must have a deep farm system because they just keep moving guys and moving guys. That's all I got on that. I'm sorry.
All right. Final thoughts on MLB trade deadline before we jump off.
I got something. It's nothing to do with the trade deadline. It's just something to do with baseball. And it happened a few years back. St. Louis Cardinals, or what was his name? Arenado. The outfielder got hurt, became a pitcher. You remember that, BC?
Yeah.
Today, the Yankees signed Brett Phillips, who used to be a little bit of a power hitter. But he got dropped out of the MLB, and he came back as a 97-mile-an-hour pitcher now. So he got signed to a minor league contract with the Yankees. That'd be good to follow that story again to see how it pans out versus how Arenado, I believe was his name in St. Louis.
He's doing the reverse Rick Ankiel.
Ankiel was his name, not Arenado. Ankiel, yes.
So Ankiel
was a pitcher, went to be a center outfielder.
There you go.
That's what I was talking about. I knew you'd get me right. So that's all I got on baseball.
Trivia that's dropped on this show. Next up, DJ Moore, 4 years, $110 million extension. We talked about this the other day that wide receivers become the new quarterback. $110 million for a wideout, 4-year extension. My question is he going to put up the numbers that will warrant a contract like this with Caleb Williams?
I mean, he's the number 1 pick in the draft. I mean, I actually think he gets a bump because the offense that he's going to be in is going to be better, not just from the standpoint of Caleb Williams being a better quarterback than Fields. It's purely coming down to their offensive coordinator. I don't know if you saw any of the shows last year when we were talking football, Jack, but I thought Luke Getsy, the OC for the Chicago Bears, like I would see examples on different shows where he ran his offense and like it was like he did the most difficult things to get to very easy concepts. So it was like it made the offense harder to operate. Basically, the offense was getting its own way. And I feel like by just changing the OC, you get a better opportunity for Caleb Williams in this situation. He's going to have a chance to shine. And then you actually got him a running back, so he's going to have a decent running game behind him. So, yeah, I see nothing but the sky's the limit. It's going to be an interesting battle between him and Jaden Daniels to see who becomes the offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, I think Moore deserves it. I think he's gonna earn it, whether it's with Chicago or who it's with. You know, I think he just needs the right offense, as Midnight Rider said, and the right quarterback. And I think they got half of that problem already solved with Caleb Williams coming in there. So we'll see how the OC does.
All right. Xavier said Jordan Love being the highest paid NFL player.
So that's just temporary. Like I said this a couple days ago. Like, don't worry about what the guy signed for, because once they sign for it, all it takes is 2 more people to come up, and now like they're the 3rd or 4th biggest contract. If you think about our reaction to Patrick Mahomes deal, you know, everybody was shocked that it was $450 million, but now he's the 12th highest paid quarterback. Talking about, you know, APR, annual value per year.
APR, please. Well, let's get to the piece of resistance, and we doing it 12 minutes in. This is what you came for. We give you more of what you're funking for. The Olympics are in full swing. I was looking at the medal count. USA, 26 overall medals, but they are 6th in gold. But that's getting ready to change. So throw this over to Lady C, because this is her expertise. What you got for the Olympics?
Okay. So for the Olympics, we got this is the 33rd Olympics. I know you guys, most people watched the opening ceremonies. I watched well over half of it, and then I got tired. It wasn't as exciting as Tokyo's opening. Tokyo's, I watched that from beginning to end, and it's like, everybody be quiet, be still, look safe. But yeah, it was really weird. They have, you know, all the countries came down the Seine River. And Jack, like, before, I know, Jack, you and I were talking about this a little while back, but before, the mayor of Paris, you know, was in the Seine River swimming to show that it was safe.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So pretty soon we'll probably hear about her having a 3rd nipple on the back of her kneecap or something.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on her.
Yeah, we're going to have to. She's under watch care right now. Like, we're watching. She's going to start glowing and everything. But yeah, our medal count is 26. We are in the lead. We are in great position. Track has not come about just yet. Track will be coming up soon. Next day, I believe, day or so. Japan is number 1 right now with the gold medal count. They have 7 compared to our 4 versus our 4. The most of our medals are 15 of them. We have 15 that are just in gymnastics.
And the rest are from swimming.
Wait, no, swimming. Yeah.
15 medals are from swimming.
Swimming. Most of them are in swimming. Yes, there we go. Yeah. 15 of them for swimming. And we have our diamond sweetheart, Katie Ledecky. She took bronze in, the 400 free. She still has yet to do the 1500. I believe that is tomorrow, where we get to see her blast everybody out, hopefully. But she has some heavy competition in that field, especially for her to take 3rd place in the 400. So let's see, 2 gold, 7 silver, and 6 bronze for swimming. That's what we have.
Yes. In swimming, you had Tori Husk and Gretchen Walsh come in 1-2 in the 100-meter butterfly. I thought that was awesome. I always love it to see when we have multiple Americans sharing the podium.
Right. And, there was some, people are saying that it was kind of cringe, like what Tori was doing on the podium. I don't know. I didn't see anything off the wall. She invited Gretchen up to, on the podium, because heck, it's 1-2, and this is our anthem. This is for us. So let's
done that in the past too. I've seen it in multiple countries, so I don't know why everybody was upset.
I have even seen, one country, a third place country, hold the flag for, the first place country because he was trying to face the flag. He was trying to face his flag and the flag wasn't hanging right. So the third place athlete, actually held up the flag for him so he can, face it and do his diligence, give his honor. What I've been seeing is a lot of patience with each other, like with a lot of friendships with that, especially in basketball. Now, this is the fun facts of basketball. I know you guys are really heavy into basketball, so tell me how this works out. Like you and your teammate are playing on the Timberwolves, and then all of a sudden you're going against each other because you're playing. This country's playing for. He's playing for this country. He's playing for that country. Especially like, go.
Can I take this one?
Yes.
Go back to the 2008 Olympics and Kobe playing against Pau in Spain, and he told them, "I'm going. I know what they're getting ready to run. I'm going, and I'm gonna run right through his chest. You can't do that, Kobe. You can't do that. That's your teammate. That's your teammate. I'm running right through his chest." It came. They called the screen. Kobe got called for the offense foul. He ran right through Pau. All that goes out the window when the Olympic lights are on. What we do at home is what we do at home. But when the Olympic lights are on, I'm trying to rip your heart out.
Yeah. So a lot of our NBA teams are being represented in the Olympics. Our USA NBA teams. We got the Hawks, the Mavericks, the Bulls, Timberwolves, Rockets, Heat, Trailblazers, Warriors, Bucks. Let's see, on the Warriors, you got Steph and let's see who else. Santos.
Who?
Santos, Brazil. Gui Santos.
Brazil. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Brazil. You got Steph and Gui. Let's see who else. We got Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Rui Hachimura. Hachimura from the Lakers. Yep. Mm-hmm. We got Daniel Theis and Jose Alvarado. Pelicans. We got the Timberwolves. Who else we got on there? Rudy Gobert from France and Joe Ingles. So we got Jack. I mean, like we got them all. We got them all. Jack and Dylan from the Rockets. Dwight and Dante from the Mavs. So this is fun. Like this is my nice little book with all my notes I've been sitting and taking in between all my visitations that I've been doing. So now gymnastics, what has been heavily watched by everyone who has a good set of eyes, even a bad set of eyes. It's been heavily watched. Simone Biles and Team USA has been on, this is, their self-proclaimed redemption tour, because, in Tokyo, they took home silver. So they were in the hunt. They were hungry for gold, and they got it. Team USA got gold once again, where, what's the norm for them. And for the men's team, they took bronze, which is the first time in 16 years that they've medaled. They've always come like fourth or fifth. They getting just like so close yet just far away. So the men took bronze. Men took bronze team. Women took gold team. We have the all-around finals coming up. And it's like with the rules, it's 2 per country that can go in all around. So Suni Lee, and Simone will be all around with all 4 apparatuses.
It's interesting. It would be Suni and Simone when Simone and Childs were the only that did all 4 events in the team. Do you understand why that would be?
Nope, no idea. But like looking at the numbers, so SUNY just edged out Childs by fractions
Gotcha.
of points to get that spot. So Jordan came in third. SUNY just edged her out just barely. So that would be why.
Okay.
So, but she still has some good competition in the all around with Team Brazil. So she's, because every country has their golden child, their ace in the bag, their ace in the hole. Every country has that. And for Brazil, I can't remember her name. Beautiful young lady. But Jay Carey will be on beam, I think. Jordan Childs, because they do the all around and then they do the individual. So Jordan will qualify for the floor. Excuse me. Jordan qualified for the floor, and Jay qualified for beam. So, and the newcomer, Miss Hesley, our Sweet 16 baby, the youngest one on the team, she unfortunately did not qualify for anything anything in all around. So, but this is not, her last Olympics. Like I say, she's 16, and we got people that are 20 and 20 and up in this. So very easily to hopefully see her, in 2028 in LA for the Olympics. That's where the next one's going to be, in LA. So, you can buy your tickets. You don't have to get a passport, bunch of tickets, or you can sit at home like the rest of us in the comfort and wave, your little flags or what have you. So we have two men that are in the all around for the men's side. Frederick, and I don't remember the other young man's name. It's missing me, and I don't think I wrote it down anywhere. I'm looking in here. But we also have some more history here. That's, Simone officially has that 5th element named after her. She was working on a 6th one on bars. Like her 5th element comes on vault with the double pike Yurchenko, and the 6th one is supposed to be on bars. So that has to be, performed and, all the paperwork submitted before it can be performed and, certified as a as a move, as an element. So let's see who else we got. Oh, rugby. Anybody watch rugby?
Hey, before you go on, it's Paul Judah. That's the other gentleman that qualified for the men's all around.
Yes, him.
Are we a team?
That's
Teamwork. Teamwork. I don't know who's better in Team USA, us or them. I don't know, but I'm not flipping nothing. And I can
rugby because
I can do a good doggy paddle, but that's about it. Rugby, the women, Team USA women have taken bronze, which is a first.
Big upset.
A first. If you watch these women play harder than the men. Like, I don't know if you guys just sit there and watch it, but me being a woman, like, we do it better. We do it. We get out there. We work a little harder. We can tackle with the best of them. Those women are vicious.
I just don't get it. You get tackled and you got to hand somebody the ball through your butt. I don't get it. I don't get it, KG. I see you over there.
You get tackled and you become a center. Like that's how that
jumps on your back and you got to slide the ball between your legs by your butt.
Yeah, because it's a coverage and you still got to keep it rolling. Like, hey,
they hit. I give it to them. It's all the contact around. I just don't.
Have you ever seen See, what makes you scared about rugby, especially the women's side, is when you see the women from the South Pacific play. It's a lady from the South Pacific. She got to be all of 5'9" and like 245 pounds solid, and she is destroying. I'm talking Earl Campbell destroying. I'm talking and blazing speed. You can't, once she gets in the open field, you can't catch her. And I'm like, yeah, I'm scared to tackle her.
Is that the gal that's throwing all the stiff arms, the Derrick Henry stiff arms, or is that an American?
No, she runs
that's
all
right.
body. She run like this.
And like she's picking them up and carrying them and everything. Like,
Yeah,
you in my way? Come on, let's go. Like, but I'm moving out her way. I'm moving because no, you tackle me. We got to do something else now. Let's go sit down and make friendship bracelets, something safe and cozy. Like, I'm about to hire you for my security or something like that.
AKG, they could have used her over on DC Divas back in the day, huh?
Man, shoot, DC Diva's still around. They can still use her.
Oh, really? DC Divas still around?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Couple of comments before we go on. Midnight Rider, how many years Jordan Love is locked in Green Bay right now?
I think it's a 5-year, because I think he got his 1 year that he has to play out, and then he has to play the 4 years at the extension.
Right,
so I think it's a 5-year deal.
Extension with 1. You're right.
Sam R coming in with it. They spilled all the mayor's holes before jumping in the river. So no surprise for the nipple.
I don't think so. I hope they did, because
Oh my goodness.
because I wouldn't even do that. Like, we got some lakes down in Louisiana that I ain't even finna mess with.
I don't know if you heard this.
Hey, once they said they
Rider.
tested it and there was a bunch of E. coli in there, cancel Christmas.
Yeah, Midnight Rider, when we had the Queen on here last show, we was talking. They have not had that river open to public swimming since 1923. And then all of a sudden they opened it to the Olympics. So we had a big chat about that before.
But isn't it only one event that's going into that?
Yeah.
Isn't it like
it's not a lot.
I thought
No, it's
Triathlons, stuff like that, I believe.
Okay. All right.
That kind
like
of
the other ones that are in that, they're rowing, so they're not.
Right.
Yeah, they're not technically touching it. I mean, they may get some splashes from the oars, but they're rowing,
right.
so they're more safe.
They contain parasites.
Yeah, hey. Those are some brave men and women out there, and I salute them, because I'm not.
Same.
But there are 32 sports in the Summer Olympics. Team USA is in 31 of them. They will have at least one competitor in 31 of the 32 sports. The only one is handball.
Really?
Really?
I think we'd have a handball team.
I mean, much as you hear handball all the time, son. That's kind of crazy, but okay.
31, and we have the most athletes, the most delegates out of all the teams. Like, we have 592. I'm getting different from different ones. It's like one says 637. Okay, no, as of yesterday, the count was 637 athletes for Team USA.
I believe it's
France has 596.
Mm-hmm. What was that number you said? The last one?
France 596.
Oh, okay. I thought you were telling the total athletes is somewhere right around 7,000.
Yeah.
Is that including who's in Tahiti as well?
I believe so. I think the number I looked at was participants, not locations. So I would say, yeah, it includes them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam also paying homage to the late great legend Kobe.
Kobe.
Matty Ice says, I love watching the parents watch their kids win a medal. Get you right in the fields every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Matty Ice also says,
All three should be in. Yes, I agree. But rules are rules. Rules are rules. Like they have to make it some type of fair, because if you put all three Team USA, Simone, Jordan, and Suni, that's going to be the podium. 1, 2, and 3. They're competing against each other.
That would be nice.
Right. I mean, you got to make it look fair. You just got to. You got to make it look fair. Like it wouldn't be, because they just go 1, 2, and 3.
KG, is that Xavier right there on the last comment?
Yeah.
May I answer him?
Sure.
Sure, Xavier. Xavier says, did they ever think about flag football in the Olympics? Yes, they have, and they voted this year to accept it. It will be in 2028. We will have flag football in the Olympics. So keep on the lookout for that next 4 years.
I think we should all go to LA. I think we should all go to LA for the next one. Huh?
You buying?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm buying my ticket. Of course I'm buying my ticket.
Yeah. But yeah, there's sports that have been removed from the Olympics too that have been in there as recently as 2016, I believe. Baseball and softball wasn't invited, I should say. The sport has to be invited, and it goes by worldwide population. So some go, some come.
When are they gonna stop faking and put football in the Olympics? Because I seen they had Team Japan, Team USA, and all that in the prelims, and then all of a sudden, I don't see it on Olympic sports.
That'd be expensive.
Yeah,
that's a lot of equipment, a lot of everything you got to carry with the team. I don't know if that would work.
Not as much. It probably wouldn't cost as much as it takes to get the horses out there.
Oh, okay. I could see U.S. playing South Sudan in football. Ain't happening.
The key to that would be just the fact that you're doing it in a 2-week window. I mean, you have to make these teams play football in a 2-week window, that's why I think it's easier for you to get flagged.
Yep.
Because the recovery and everything.
Right.
In the tournament fashion, you can do that. You can't do a padded football game in a 2-week window. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the other story of, I think it was Team Nigeria? They weren't allowed on their boat because there was too many people on the boat. And then they came out and they upset. KG, you got to help me out who they upset.
Hold on, I got you.
In what? Basketball?
Basketball.
No, yeah, women's basketball.
The Nigerian women's basketball team, they weren't allowed on the boat for the opening ceremony because they said they had 20 people on this one vessel.
Yeah.
So Team Nigeria didn't really want to get on that boat in first place. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
They upset Australia.
There you go.
I'm just saying. They was like, nah, we know what happens when you get on the boat. So yeah, I don't think they were really bent about not being on the boat.
I'm sure when the committee or whoever was in charge of setting up all this for the opening ceremonies, them numbers got to be pretty accurate. I'm a boat owner, and there's limitations to what you can fit on a certain size boat. And if you're saying you got 20 and you show up with baby kids and your grandma and all them, and you got 40 people, the boat would not be feasible.
And like they had to put like multiple teams on the same boat, like
yeah,
because of their size. Like it's some of the smaller countries, Afghanistan, Turkey, and all that, they had to share boats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were still on a yacht, so
some was on a yacht, some were on a catamaran, some was on a pontoon.
I've seen the pontoon and the catamaran. Them yachts were nice.
Matty Ice said, well, flag football had the same stupid onside kick rule the NFL is doing now. I seen that. I thought it was a joke. For those that don't know, the NFL is doing this wonky rule with the onside kick. You got to let a team know that you're going to do it.
What?
You can't do it if you're ahead, and you can only do it in the fourth quarter.
That's well, it's because you changed the whole set of the kickoff to begin with. So
Yeah.
it's not set up to be conducive to an onside kick. That's why you have the announcement, because you have to change the lineup and where people line up at.
Nah, you get caught by surprise. That's strategy. So, NFL
Right.
is going on in this, and they're making themselves be called the NFL, the not fun league. Man,
That sounds great, Jack. But how can you do an onside kick when the kicker's back at the 35 with a 40-yard line kicking off, and the two teams are all the way in front of them at the other 35 or 40-yard line?
10 yards.
They're using the USFL rules. So the
Okay.
kicker's behind the coverage teams.
And I honestly, I understand why you're doing it, because we used to have 4 or 5 man wedge. Then you went down to 3 man wedge. Now it's 2 man wedge. But you used to have guys that were wedge busters. You put your biggest, fastest guy to be the wedge buster. He busted the wedge. Somebody made the tackle. That was your job.
Mike
You
Sellers.
changed the dynamic of the game. You're making the game so, dare I say it, pussyfied.
Yes. I didn't know they changed the rule and went with the USFL thing where you can pooch it up in there inside a certain area. And
No. So basically, you just instead of I guess it's the XFL rule where the two teams line up across from each other, and you have to wait till the ball is caught before you can go.
I remember. That's ridiculous too. That's ridiculous. So you got to line up in a different formation if you're winning, if you're losing.
Right.
That's stupid. Go ahead, Kay.
I guess there's no more hands team, but Antonios is Australian when we were talking about Nigeria. James King, he loved what the Swamp Crew had to
He
say.
rolling.
He also said correct midnight. No wedges any longer. That's true. Matty Ice said I'm a wedge buster, but it was a wedge salad. I love busting.
I'm with you, Matt. I'm with you. I love a good wedge salad. But like the women's basketball, is being led, of course, by my girl Diana.
And it's
So yeah, Miss Tarasi.
One.
So they are, going. They're hungry. These ladies are hungry again. The 3x3 team, unfortunately, is out. The women's 3x3 team is out. Okay. But I want to say the first round, it was USA and Japan. USA told them through. I think it was like 107 to like 76 or something like that. I know it's like 107 to something. Triple digits versus double digits. I can't pull that up right now. Anybody fact check that to get that final score? But yeah, the women are blowing through. Got Miss Aja Wilson, Brittany Griner, and a few other heavy hitters on there on the women's team USA. That
102 to 76.
Beat me to it.
Yeah. So yeah, they told him up. It's like they weren't even trying to play, and these women barely broke a sweat. USA like just a walk in the park for them. Team Japan was just sweating and panting and huffing and puffing, and USA like, let's go, let's get it, let's fun. This is fun. What's next? I was appetizing.
It seemed like with Team USA and the women, it seemed like when they played Japan, Japan has a guard that's like 5'4", and they had her checking Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner wasn't even jumping for rebounds. She was just holding the ball up, laying it back up. It was just that easy. Now, here's the thing. They played Japan. They play China. It's going to be a problem. China got a 7-footer.
Yeah.
And she is a back basket, put you on her hip, carry you like a baby, and dog you type player. And has all the moves on the block.
Yeah, definitely
then-
a bigger team. Go ahead,
So
Dave.
then, who's the favorite? I'm guessing Team USA because they've won
They
the
won,
last 5, 6,
easy.
7.
I think 7. Tarasi's got one every year she's been there.
So that's at least 5.
6 or 7.
Yeah,
She's
five.
going for number 6.
She's going for number 6. So,
Okay. Yeah.
you know, of course, Team USA gets it again. That'll be another history, another tick in the history box for her to be, you know, to go 5 times, you know, 6 times, get a medal, gold medal. That'll be another tick for the women. Football, women's football, soccer. Not American football, soccer.
Oh, wait. We got women's football team. Wait. What I miss?
You got to say foot.
Football.
There you go.
Football.
We got
No, women's football would be rugby. So that would be the equivalent.
yeah,
In my,
If we're
I'm
being technical, Jack,
sir.
we're football the American in French.
Football Americano.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's not French.
Yep.
Mine wasn't.
That's like more Spanish.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's more. I don't think we say dead nothing in French, but anyway.
Well, football a la Americano.
I want to take a minute just to touch
Stop it.
base.
Just stop it. Don't worry about it. Stick to English. That seems to be your best worst subject. Stick to English.
I want to take a second to touch base on my Olympic surfers out there in Tahiti. They've had some bad weather the past couple of days. Postponements have been delaying things. They're out there on a beach called Tihupo. And Tihupo, it means the place of skulls. They got vicious waves. They got barrel curves. They say it's the best waves in the world down here in Tahiti. And I mean, these guys are staying in those. You've seen those waves that curl all the way over, and all of a sudden, boom, a guy comes popping out. Well, that's what they're doing down there, but they're just having bad weather. So we got to wait to see what my surfing friends can do.
But it's beautiful down there. It is just drop dead gorgeous out there.
And they're living on a cruise ship. Living good.
Now, speaking of living arrangements and
That's
the
not
living
great.
quarters, you know, they're in the Olympic Village. A lot of Team USA has opted out. You know, especially the NBA team. Well, yeah, basketball, men's basketball, they opted out. A lot of them opted out. You know, they you know, some for security, you know, the traffic, the notoriety that they have. LeBron, you know, I don't think he's in the Olympic Village. Simone stayed in the Olympic Village. You know, so, but yeah, a lot of them have opted out.
The basketball team last year stayed on a cruise ship as well in 2021. I haven't heard if they're doing it this year. I just know they brought a cruise ship to Tahiti for the surfing Olympians. But yeah, you don't see nowadays, the way these guys are overhyped and put on pedestals, and they think they're the greatest thing to happen on this earth, that they can't mingle with people. Some is safety, security, some is their heads.
No, this right here, they said the whole men's national team, men's basketball national basketball team, they looked at the village and they said it didn't meet their standards. They spent $15 million of their own money to rent out a hotel for them and the coaches.
Where they at? The Westin?
The best Western.
Nah, that's them.
But they said the beds were made of cardboard. You got to put the
they
bed
have
in
cardboard bed.
Yeah, the food is subpar in the Olympic Village. The There's no AC because Paris said it was too much money for AC, so they wanted to go green, so they found other ways, and people were bringing ACs over. It's terrible.
Okay.
They have had, like, you know, and that just gives you know, that just really fact check, you know, gives fact to the whole Americans being spoiled and everything and whatnot, because we're chipping in all this stuff for our comfort. Like, we have ACs, we have fans, we have, you know, food and whatnot, and, you know, spending extra money to stay in hotels, and it just gives fact to that stigma of American being stuck up and snooty and spoiled. Because we are. Call me spoiled because I'm bringing all that with me. I am taking my AC. So, like, I'm you know, I'm in my 40s now, and, you know, hot flashes are not fun. I'm taking my AC wherever I go. Like, right now, I'm in my room, and I think the AC is set to like 64. So,
Yeah. I like it cold, but that's cold.
man, I feel good. This is comfortable.
But no, I've been to several places in Europe, man, and you're right. They don't use air conditioning. You know, I've been to Croatia, I've been to Montenegro. Not a lot of air conditioning coming out of those windows of those terracotta homes that some of those folks live in places I've been. So, yeah, you're right. We are looked at as the spoiled Americans that need all this AC, the electric cars, and all this stuff. All this electric stuff's gonna make everybody fat. Electric bikes, electric scooters, electric cars. Ain't nobody gotta do nothing no more.
True. Like, we were walking around DC earlier, me and my son, and he was like, "Can we get a scooter?" I was like, "No, there's nothing wrong with your feet. Use them."
Good mom.
So, yeah, because hell, I'm huffing and puffing. That damn scooter's like $30. I'm not doing that. You gonna walk for free?
Oh,
Like,
that's not the scooter I'm looking at. These scooters cost $700-800. These electric scooters.
No, like they have like all these bikes and scooters all around, like at these little stations all around DC and whatnot. Yeah, and it's like, no, we're not doing that. He's like, that guy passed us. He can do that. And and, you know, out there, you know, listening to people talk about how hot it is. It's like, yeah, no, come down to Louisiana with me. We'll show you what hot is. Like, have you ever been cremated? Because that's the kind of heat we got. Like, their son works overtime in Louisiana.
I ain't gonna do no overtime. That's one of our sayings.
Yeah, the son does overtime in Louisiana, but yeah, no, we have the equestrians. I was watching the dressage the other day and watching their jump, and, you know, USA is doing pretty good. We had one to get disqualified from the dressage because the horse was injured and had blood in his leg.
Disqualified for crip walking out there. Did you see that? That was funny, right?
No.
Snoop Dogg, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg is the unofficial Olympic mascot for us unofficial. Like, it's been so heavily celebrity. You know, I guess if that's a word, like, you know, celebrity presence is very heavy. You know, of course, we had Lady Gaga, had Celine, the amazing Celine at the opening, making her comeback. I've seen John Legend, Chrissy Teigen.
I don't think nobody's made a bigger impact on their being involved in Flavor Flav supporting the women's
polo team. Yes, women's polo team. Awesome. Because they were, you know, and that's really sad that, you know, the team had to support themselves. That's really sad. The team
Do
had
anything for your dream.
they were, working, 2 and 3 jobs, these ladies, so they can, save enough money to get there.
It's not cheap.
And Flav stepped in and was like, here we go. I didn't even think he had enough money still.
He's still pimping.
He probably sold one of his clocks.
Believe that. And then, we was over on the tennis side. Coco Gauff was upset by Dana Vekic from Croatia. She's the runner-up to Wimbledon. Very, very good tennis player. I couldn't believe Coco was favored that much. Coco's still playing with Taylor Fritz in the mixed doubles, and she's still playing in the women's doubles, so she still got a shot. But she took a little exit from the women's.
And she's also demanding a rule change with that, because it was a rule that caused her to lose, get points taken away and whatnot.
It was a break point, and it was in the second set. She already lost the first set 7-6. So I wouldn't put it as a cause for her loss, but you never know, because they took the time to call in the supervisor. Coco was crying. She was crying right there on the side of the court. So yeah, it could have been emotionally tough, and possibly could have had something
now
to do.
she is an emotional young lady. She is Serena 2.0. She is sometimes she lets her emotions lead instead of her head and her skills. Put it on the court, baby. Put it on the court. But she's young. She's really young, so she still has time to mature into this. But it was an argument over a line call that and she's not, and I love it. She is not afraid and to stand up for herself. I love that. But at the same time, sometimes you gotta let your skills speak for you. Let your racket do the work, and that can speak, more volume than you arguing with the umpire. Now I know we had another one, Naomi. Is she in it? But Naomi is representing Japan. Naomi Osaka.
Yes, I did not follow Naomi. I just seen that golf news and watched some videos of the highlights of this match. The only reason I seen that, and I like watching Coco Gauff play.
She's passionate.
Such a young protege.
A lot of us would say passionate. Some people would say angry black women in the making. But no matter what it is, you can't get out there and do what she do.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody gonna, run and swing like her. And Serena was there. I believe Serena, has been around there. She even carried the torch. Serena did. She had a turn with carrying the torch, I believe. So did Snoop. Like,
Coco
why are you?
I thought.
Yeah. Coco was the flag bearer, was the women's flag bearer.
Okay.
Coco was, and we had a man and we had a woman. So it was Coco and LeBron that were flag bearers for Team USA. And then the poor babies, all them out in the rain and all that. The only ones who were not in that on that boat was gymnastics. Really. Ladies gymnastics were not on there because they had a meet Sunday. They had to, start competition Sunday. So it was not recommended for them to be there so they could, rest up and whatnot. So they missed the festivities because they were training and resting. Jay Carey hasn't been feeling good. Jay took a good fall.
Mm.
So I think she got like the lowest score. But they were able to drop it in the team challenge. They were able to drop it. But she fell on floor. Simone, of course, is still, overpowering her her tumbles, her skills, and coming off the mat sometimes. But like someone did a breakdown of how high she gets. Like she's getting like 12 feet in the air on floor. Just on the Biles 2, I believe that's one of her elements that's named after her. She gets like good 12 feet. And that's higher. She can clear Shaq easily. With one of those with that tumbling pass, she can clear Shaq. Because there's not a lot of bounce on that floor like people think there is. Like everybody's thinking, oh well, she's just bouncing high. No, that girl is flying.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready for the track and field. I think that starts tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to that.
I mean, we are ready for Noah, ready for Sydney, ready for Sha'Carri, because this is her first Olympics, because she was dismissed from Tokyo because of her oregano scandal, her parsley scandal. So, well, it wasn't a scandal, it was actual facts. But, so this is her first Olympics. Looking forward to see how she does. I believe she's going to, do really well. I believe she's going to medal. Maybe not gold, maybe silver or bronze, because we also have Team Jamaica. And Jamaica is always a constant threat for us. Now, Jamaica does not have Shericka Jackson, I believe, or Kellyanne Fraser-Price. One of those ladies aren't going because of injury. So, ready to see how it goes. But Sydney McLaughlin, ready to see her in those hurdles, because she was definitely coached up by one of the greats. FloJo, I think, coached her up. Came and coached her. Who else we got on there? We got Noah. Oh, and our young one, the youngest one to compete. Yes, waiting on him to see him running that 4x400 relay, because of course he did not make it to the 400, but he was chosen to compete in the 4x4. So definitely ready to see this young man. He's the youngest one on the track. He will be the youngest one on the track to take this. What do y'all think about is he going to medal or not?
You talking about in the 4 in the relay?
Yeah.
I don't see why we shouldn't. I mean, gold, I don't know, but I don't see why we shouldn't get silver or bronze.
Shericka Jackson is the one that's injured.
Yep. So I'm ready to see it. I will be sitting and watching in between my plane ride. So just hanging on to it.
So what do we have? We got the rest of this week, the weekend, and then all the next week.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
then we
Till
have
the 11th. Yeah.
Okay, so that's next Sunday, not Sunday coming, the following Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay. here's a question. Since we talked about track and field, not only in the 100, the 4x 400, any of that. What about the field part? Like, are we looking good in hammer throw, discus, javelin? Are we looking good in any of those to not just the medal? Because I mean, we got to make up this medal count. You know, I'm not used to the golds being so low. I'm used to us dominating gold, but the world has grown so much.
Let's see. I know we have Raven going back. Raven's going back.
Is she going to wear the Hawk mask? That's all I need to know.
Don't know. That is something we have to watch, because it seemed like it helped her at the last Olympics. Like that helped her. So waiting to see. We got the shot put, Ryan Corser. And let's see who else we got, because I need for this not to play. But who else we have? Tara Davis Woodall, the long jump. She's in it. Waiting to see what she does. We got, like I said, Ryan Corser for a shot put. Sha'Carri is in the 100 and she's in the 4x100. Grant Holloway is doing 110 hurdles. Gabby is in the 200 and she's also in the 4x100. Raj Benjamin is in the 400 and the 4x4. Valerie Alman, she's the reigning Olympic champion for the women's discus. So she's looking to become the first American woman to win 2 gold medals in this event. Her best throw is 232 feet, 7 inches. I don't even think I can. That's a lot. I can't throw that far. That'd be good. I can't. Who can throw 232? Who can throw over 200 feet?
Well,
I don't know what I'm throwing.
It depends on what I'm throwing, but I mean, once upon a time, not long ago, I was chucking a ball 70 to 80 yards. But I mean, that's long ago. Shoulders ain't that good no more.
No one's is. Once you hit your 40s, like everything starts dying. Like really 35, you start dying.
Well, no, because you got a lady that's what is she, 91, and she's one of the top bodybuilders in the country or in the world. I mean.
Child, we tired.
91 and she is.
Jack, you're muted.
Whew.
Yeah, there's freaking natures out there, bro, but ain't everybody doing that.
But normal people are not doing it.
No.
Like she's retired, Miss Ethel. She retired. Child, she ain't got nothing else to do, but sit there and bodybuild. She ain't got nothing else to do with her life. She just waiting on the Lord and just doing this in the meantime.
Well, I think the Lord might be a little scared. Be like, look, as cock-doodle as she is, I'm gonna go ahead and back on off. You do your thing.
Well, I say you come when you're ready.
And I know the other night when we had that little mini preview of the Olympics, I did bring up surfing and breakdancing. They're just calling it breaking in the Olympics, which is pretty cool. Like I told the fellas before, Swamp Queen, I did not break dance. No, sir. No, did not. Didn't like the clothes. I wasn't a parachute pants dude. No, I was in my AJs, you know what I mean? But they will be beginning Friday, August 9th. So we got a whole nother week till breakdancing gets down. It's going to be towards the end of the Olympics, people. So everybody hang in, and breakdancing will be coming to a TV near you.
So are they gonna play music too, or they just got to get out there and
Can't break with no music. They gotta have some, some run.
like? Because I don't know how they're gonna. I'm definitely gonna be watching because I don't know how they're gonna run this.
They might dance to Tecmo now. Who knows? But
No, if it's done right, it's gotta be done on cement. You gotta put the cardboard down, and if they don't play Brass Monkey, it's not official.
They're gonna play the percolator.
What's up,
Somebody gonna get out there. It's
You
time for the
okay?
percolator. It's time for the percolator.
Look, if you got somebody from America that's from Baltimore, you damn sure gonna get that.
I can't wait for it. Definitely got to see it. They've had skateboarding and BMX and
I like that too. I did both of those.
Yeah.
I've been loving watching. The girls are just chopping it up in skateboards and BMX, man. The girls are sick. There's a 14-year-old that won X Games a little while ago. I believe she's competing in the Olympics. And then
she won.
yeah, it's sick.
I think it was over. Yeah, she won.
Well, there was a young Asian. That was an Asian. She was either from China or Japan, the 14-year-old that won. But there's an American young girl.
Okay.
And the BMX, I like that. I used to watch All My Heroes race, and then it came time when I think BMX been in the Olympics now since the mid to late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right. Right around that explosion of the X Games.
Mm-hmm. Correct. But look like we doing what we normally do. We burning time. I'm not sure what the start time was, but we got to talk basketball before we let it go. We got to get our full basketball what we got to say. I know some of them only played one game, some have played two, but Spain upset Greece the other day. That was I did not think that was going to happen. And Greece sitting 0-2 in the bottom of Pool A, sitting down there.
They're eliminated then.
Pretty much so.
I guess the Nasties didn't show up.
Yeah. And then Germany and France, both of those are 2-0 in Group B with Japan and Brazil.
France had a thriller. They beat Japan in overtime.
Mm-hmm. And they play each other. France and Germany play each other Friday at 3, right after the U.S.-Serbia rematch. I'm sorry, South Sudan rematch is going to be Friday at 11:45. Or no, tomorrow at 11:45. Thursday at 11:45, U.S. plays South Sudan. And they are tied at the top of Group C with a 1-0 record, the same as the Americans. So I think Group B, that's going to be a good one to see who comes out of there out of France and Germany.
Well, I think you get two.
Oh, do you?
I thought so. If they do it like they do the Olympic stuff, I mean, not the Olympic, the World Cup.
Yeah, it's got to be that to make it an even.
That way you get to an even 16-team field.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then the top two play for gold and silver, and then the last two play for bronze.
Yes.
It's a single elimination, I believe, right?
Yep.
And what did you guys take on that USA game the other day against Serbia?
I mean, I thought the U.S. played their type of ball game. I just think it's dumb that we're sitting here complaining because Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton didn't get in the ball game.
That was foul.
I don't know.
But do you realize why they didn't
you
get
up
to the
15, 20 points, and you're gonna put a pro, what do you call it, all NBA champion on the bench? He can't make that team any worse. So why is he on the bench?
I mean, he probably had a rotation in the game plan for that night. Maybe he just didn't fit. But I mean,
he was just having fun the fourth quarter.
It was
Do
explained
they have the same rule of everybody must play?
No participation
Oh, okay.
trophy.
No.
Yeah.
It was explained why he didn't play. Derek White got the minutes because Derek White was able. They showed a sequence where Derek White guarded 3 people on one defensive sequence. He went from the left side of the floor to the middle. Then he closed out on the shooter for the missed shot, and he was gone down court for the break.
Doing what Derek White does.
he was being a menace.
Yeah, still.
Not saying
Man's
that
first Olympics, man.
I mean, but
Both of them.
You never show me somebody that goes to their first Olympics and dominates.
I'm not saying he's going to dominate. He should have got some damn game time the first time he's in the Olympic gym with this USA team. You think you seen KG rants? Boy, don't get me started. And and then here's another one. Steph Curry gets substituted for, goes over to talks to Kerr. Next thing you know, 1 minute later, he's getting put back in the game. What's that, home cooking?
Why wouldn't it be?
Favoritism, man. It's bullshit. And I don't even cuss on this show that much.
That much.
I don't. This is the cusser. Hold up. That's the cusser right up there.
Who, me?
Top shelf.
Me? Jeez.
Don't make me get all red. That's you.
Yeah, that's you. That is you.
You had Jokic had 25, 5 boards, 8 assists. Yeah, for him. But if you look at this, Jokic played 31 minutes of this game. And USA can just rotate these big guys, tire them down. They always got a fresh big guy on them. I tell you, I think USA is best when they got Embiid, Davis, and Adebayo on the court, man. When they play big like that, because that's what they kept doing, rotating them 3 guys on Joker. And no team's got 2 centers as good as our 3. So I feel they just wore him down, man, and fresh legs is going to beat you every time. But you even have fresher legs on the bench.
It's probably why you didn't play Tatum, because you were playing the big so much.
It's like I say, it was a courtesy, man. They was up 19 at one time. I don't remember the final score, but they was up enough to throw some of these young boys in the game. I thought it sucked.
But the women's next game against Belgium, USA women's against Belgium, will be August 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely gonna be.
And KD saved them. You know, you got to have the Olympic leading scorer in history come in and just fire that rim up. Boy, he was on fire. 8 out of 9 from the field, 5 for 5 from threes, and hardly played in the second quarter to finish with 23. And that was from the bench too. He didn't even start. He came in 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left in the first quarter, I believe. So, look at Midnight Rider watching the game.
I'm watching Inside Training Camp, trying to get some more knowledge, baby.
Knowledge. Google.
Well, speaking of which, let's set it up now. We'll go around training camp on Thursday. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about, some things that are coming out of DC. Because, I mean, the area is hype. All those things. So we got to talk about that. That's Thursday. But before we get out of here, we talked about opening ceremonies, and I didn't get the Swamp Queen's opinion on some things that were said on Tuesday. We were talking about opening ceremonies, and a lot of people were upset that LeBron got to carry the flag. People were also upset about Brittany Griner and, now you love this country so much and this, that, and the other. It's just been a whole thing. What were your thoughts on those particular topics from the opening ceremonies?
So I don't see why LeBron couldn't carry the flag.
Because he kneeled in 2020 is what we're saying. He was kneeling in 2020.
People kneel to pray every day. Get over it. People with bad knees can't get up from kneeling. Get over it. Okay, he did. But that still doesn't mean that he's anti-USA. He's anti-bullshit that's been happening. Doesn't mean he's anti-USA. Because still, at the end of the day, USA, I consider USA to be one of the greatest countries. But, and do I like the crap in the democracy? No, not really. But the privileges that are afforded to a lot of us, most of us, some of us don't get those privileges, but same time some do. And okay, he kneeled. That was 3 years ago. Get over it. That's okay. Go vote. Go bend over backwards. Take your ribs out so you can Marilyn Manson yourself. I'm being nice. Brittany Griner. I have to rub my head with this baby. It doesn't mean that she's anti-USA. She never said she hated USA. Just LeBron never said that he hated USA, because it's not the country itself. It's the crap that's happening within the country that is not liked. So Brittany, went through her ordeal in Russia, and USA stepped in for her. But that doesn't mean that she needs to go around kissing everybody's ass either. She shouldn't have done what she did to get there, but now that she's back, hell, she can still kneel, because there's still bullcrap going on that needs, attention, that needs to be taken care of, that needs to be reconciled. There's still stuff that's going on. So you still have this platform. They're using it to bring light to the monstrosities that's going on. Because even though USA is the greatest country, we're not sprinkled in fairy dust and unicorn farts. So he kneeled. People kneel every day. She kneeled. People kneel every day. I mean, hell, you got people that's kneeling on people's necks. But we're not going to say anything about that, maybe.
Well,
so
we up against it, so we can't get into that.
Right. Her getting into it,
Same can be said about everyone's least favorite politician. Get over it.
True that, Sam.
Yeah. True.
So
true. Because at the end of the day, no matter who is in the White House, you still gonna have to bust your ass to work to provide for you and your family. That's not going to change the fact that you got to work. But still, go vote, make your voice heard. But you still got to go to work. Still got to get your ass up, go to work. That's my take. The opening ceremonies, for the most part, were great. Liked what I saw, what I could tolerate. I watched it all the way from Greece, like from the beginning, whenever they had the whole torch passing.
You were in Greece for the open ceremonies?
Sure. I had my bottle of Greece because I was doing my hair.
Man, I asked you because I was in Montenegro during the Olympics back in 2016, and it was pretty cool because, first of all, they were pretty pissed off because we beat them in water polo. That's their go-to down there in Montenegro. But yeah, it was cool watching the Olympics from another country. First time I ever did that. Probably last time I ever do that.
Yeah, they had to light that flame like a couple of times in the little lantern. They couldn't get it to the light to carry the flame.
I bet not.
Nah, James, it can't be another 30 minutes. I got to be able to use it. So, we got to get out of here. Let me get it right.
But who said, wait, real quick, who was that said that Brittany Griner need to have a gender reveal?
That was James.
That was hilarious. James, I love you.
She is rough.
For the Swamp Queen, Olympic correspondent, the Midnight Rider, the Gentleman Jack, I'm the big guy KG. Y'all know the motto. We don't do no overtime, baby. Soon as I find this outro, we are out of here.